public subnet only. And to provide a internet access to the private subnet EC2 instances, we are going to, sorry.
Yeah, please proceed.
Yeah, the EC2 instances which are placed inside of the private subnet, we are going to communicate through the NAT.
Okay. Okay.
And there also we need to write a routing table.
Perfect.
One end of the routing table, it is attached to the private subnet. Another end, it is connected to the NAT.
Perfect. It's easy, right?
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
VPC is easy, isn't it, Sadhvin?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes, unless we work on this one. And
in fact, AWS is easy. Do you agree?
Yes.
Huh? The cloud itself is easy.
Yeah, unless we know the concepts.
Should I tell you one more thing? All latest technologies are easy.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yes.
Unlike traditional technologies like C, C++, Java.
Yeah.
Latest are easy. Learn Node.js, learn machine learning. These are all easy. Do you agree, Sabin?
Yes.
Technology is becoming easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
The only thing is that the stack is getting increased. The number of layers are getting increased with respect to the tools. Okay. Next, what do you know about NACL?
NACL is network address control list, where we can able to control the incoming traffic and outgoing traffic for a URL.
Okay.
I didn't much concentrated yesterday because I had another assessment during the year session.
Okay. Thank you, Sadhvin. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah. Thanks for your time, Sunil.
Thank you, Sadhvin. You are from which city?
I'm Hyderabad only.
Current location?
Kukatpalli.
Okay, Hyderabad only. Hyderabad city only.
Yeah.
I'm planning for a meetup program. So will you come, Sadhvin?
Sure, Sunil.
Because in this 1 month of our journey respect to virtual interaction, it's always happy
Sunil,
we can have a physical interaction just to have a meet and greet. That's all. Nothing special reason behind that. So will you be ready?
Yeah, actually, it is my kid's laptop. My actual name is Satish.
Okay, your name is Satish. Okay.
Yeah. It is my kid's laptop.
Okay, so he's going for online schooling.
Yeah, right.
Which standard?
Is grade 1.
Oh, grade 1. Okay. Thank you, Satish.
Yeah.
Venkatrao.
Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Venkat. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. Did you have your breakfast?
Yes, sir. I had. Yeah, I had, sir. My voice is very low, sir. Or...
No, you're very clear.
Okay, yes. Sir. I am trying since 20 days onwards, but today, luckily, I got the chance.
Okay.
I have one question, sir. I have 8.5 years in Java J2EE technologies, and I have learned this AWS earlier batch for our batch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're attending second time.
Yes, sir. Because of this learning, I got the opportunity in TCS with AWS. I kept in my resume and I cracked the interview. So currently working in HCL, sir. I just want to.
No. Did you clear the interview?
Yeah. I got the offer and I'm serving the notice period now.
Okay, so let's congratulate Venkat on the chat box. We had he's successfully migrating his existing
because
Java
of
platform.
You, yeah.
So yes, friends, let's respond to the chat box. Thank you, Venkat. Thank you. So please let me know your journey. So how many years of experience you put it in your resume?
Actually, totally, I have 8.5 years in Java J2EE
okay.
This microservices. I learned in earlier batch from AWS. I learned the theoretical concept like EC2 and S3. This VPN. We have this root S3, right?
Okay.
This one.
Okay.
So some of the things I have worked in my project like S3,
okay.
not EC3, not VPN, simply S3,
okay.
and the CloudWatch. And I learned this one like some RDB. These services I have worked in my current project, but after that I learned the basic what is the in and out story of this AWS because of our classes, sir.
Okay.
So I just kept in resume. They have asked some of the part, like I kept 1.5 year in AWS. So I
Okay.
cleared this all questions, all the VPN they have asked.
So interview questions are almost same like what we have learned, Venkat.
Yes, same, sir. This VPN, the routing, like I kept in 1.5 year. So what is the purpose of load balancer, this configuration, vertical and
So do you
horizontal?
think this my training helped you?
Yeah, it's a lot, sir. A lot. We can, like, this is a basic funda you have given, and very good. Like anybody can understand.
Okay.
Our teaching, sir. Yeah,
Thank you, Venkat. So you are successfully migrating to cloud. Congratulations. Okay. So I just wanted, please proceed, Venkat.
Yes, sir. Actually, I will continue in Java only, but
No, I think I have mentioned this point, Venkat. AWS is now, everybody should know it. You may be a developer, you may be from operations team, you may be Sigma administrator, you may be network
yes, sir.
administrator,
Now,
you may be a
getting
database
lots of
administrator. As the clients are in cloud, at one point of time in your current role also, you have to communicate to cloud. Okay. So you may stick to developer role, but definitely Venkat, definitely even developer sometime or other, he should have knowledge on AWS, isn't it? Because the finally infrastructure is on AWS, isn't it, Venkat? So,
yes, sir.
so this
Actually, I'm
AWS,
getting a lot of calls with Java plus AWS, Deloitte, and a lot of production companies I'm
Java
getting.
plus AWS, yes, you're right. Linux plus AWS, networking plus AWS, system administrator plus AWS. Market is good. Venkat, thank you.
Yes.
So your success story inspires others also to get into cloud platform. Anything more, Venkat?
Yeah, sir. I just want to, like, in our training period, are we deploying any WAR file or the one microservices into the AWS, and we will see the output, sir? Is there a
There's a project work coming up. Okay, something similar to what you have discussed.
I think that services will do that.
Yeah. We discuss Elastic Beanstalk only for a understanding concept, not practical point of view. We'll have a theoretical understanding, but whatever you said, we'll try to implement that in the project scenario.
Good, sir. Thank you, sir, once again.
Thank you, Venkat. Thank you very much. Recently, from the previous DevOps batch, also one participant got job in HCL.
Yes, sir. It's a hot cake nowadays. The AWS plus anything in the market.
Yeah. AWS helps existing platform also. Venkat, now AWS is helping. Your core is Java, J2E, but AWS is helping you. Agree to get the offer.
Like I'm getting continuously 3 or 4 calls, like Robert Bose, JPMs. They're all required.
Many. Stick to one offer and remove the profile. Okay. Otherwise, we get confused. We get multiple offers.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Venkat. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your help and free service.
Thank you very much.
Thing in the world nobody is doing.
Please refer to your friends if you are happy with our training. So.
Sure, sir. Yeah, I will do. Yeah, I got one of my friend. I have referred 10 of my friends, and they are attending. I think earlier, and some of people have joined our DevOps team.
Majority through references only. I hope you know Venkat, isn't it? You also from reference, Venkat?
Yeah, I got your name from one of my friend. So I have attended. Yeah, this is second, sir. I did not do any practical, but theoretical I'm preparing.
But you have managed in the interview, huh?
Yes, sir. They have asked theoretical questions because of my Java background.
Okay, because your core is Java, right? Okay.
Correct, yes. Yeah. I kept 1 year, 1.5 year in AWS.
Enough. That's enough.
Some of the services, I'm doing the services restarting and bouncing the services in microservices, cloud log. Yeah, these 2, there's 3. I have involved on these 3 services in my real-time work, but this VPN,
So to have a complete knowledge, this training helped you to get the complete exposure.
A lot it's helped. Actually, I don't know anything about AWS earlier, but now I'm very comfortable, sir.
Thank you very much, Venkat. Thank you very much. Anybody wants to speak? Pankaj Alwani.
Hi Sunil, are you able to hear me?
Pankaj, good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, Sunil. First and foremost, your classes has been superb. You know, after in fact, I'll say I haven't got any my concept cleared during my college days. Also, the way you clear the concepts.
Okay, thank you.
Because why I'm saying it,
Mhm.
I'm a non-IT background guy.
Okay.
I'm basically a textile engineer, and I have been working in the fashion industry for a very long time. It's around 17, 18 years.
Okay. Okay.
And my brother is working with Microsoft Azure. He's
Mhm.
an architect there for a
Okay.
very long time in Australia. So
Mhm.
he referred me to your class. Ki, are you please attend Sunil's this thing? And he shared me the link.
Okay.
And I think I joined it on third or fourth day, and then I've been very hooked to it. The
Mhm.
way you teach and way what AWS, and plus to see the success stories like Venkat and hear the success stories like Venkat, what we heard it
Mhm.
today. It
This is one such success stories, Pankaj. Many success stories are not reported to me. Okay.
yeah. I
It's not
really
compulsory that the
understand.
participant should report to me once he get the job, isn't it? Many
Y-
participants are not. In fact, they try to report also. I don't pick up the calls. Okay.
Yeah,
So
I
communication
really
gap is there
understand.
between the
I
participants and me.
I really understand. But anyway, whatever it is now, anyway, the traditional businesses are really getting slow and hampered, and the IT businesses are getting much better. So I think I should really thank you to give me an exposure to AWS.
Thank you. In fact,
And
I don't want to boast myself, but I want to provide this information. Limca Book of Records has approached me, and they want
okay,
to register myself as a biggest number of participants, highest number of participants as attending the online training.
brilliant, brilliant,
So it's
brilliant,
it's
Sunil.
the count maximum count is 2,800,
Okay.
but I asked them to wait because I think I'm sure within 2-3 months it will reach to 3,000
Sure, you just let
upward.
me know, because now I've been sharing your link to the multiple my friends circle also to come and join to get
Yeah.
an exposure on, because we've been on IT and we see the IT people,
Okay.
at least post pandemic, the way things are growing and in fact within our office also we see our consultant from an IT people, they come and they do something which we don't even understand.
Yeah.
So it's a brilliant this thing, but Sunil would be needing your guidance to enter, because I think it's been a very long time that I've been not into the education side, not to
Okay.
the
Learning
this
side.
learning side, but and plus not with the technology. And how do I progress myself to
Are you
get
doing
into?
hands-on whatever we are learning, Pankaj?
I've been doing it,
That's
Sunil.
very important.
Whatever is there, I mean, probably within a day or two, I'll be even getting your the
Recordings.
complete recordings also, so that I can get it more. It's taking slightly a longer time for me to understand, but with the help of my brother who's already in the cloud, we discuss and things are
Oh,
getting
you are
cleared
discussing.
now.
Now you are
Yeah.
slowly discussing to IT folks. Now you feel comfortable when talking to IT folks. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Previously, it
so
was something like Greek and Latin. Now you also can position to talk it. So it's all about technology.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So it's all the credit and thanks goes to you, but I would be needing more support in how do I enter into the IT industry and
So
get my job.
Pankaj, the success path is already defined. So I also recommend you to learn one more course called DevOps. Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it now. Anyways, it's already started. Wait for next batch.
Okay.
And then you need to put a lot of efforts. Don't restrict myself to my content. Okay. You have to explore more.
Mm-hmm.
If you have a strong foundation, you can learn by yourself. Okay.
Okay.
So I strongly recommend to learn DevOps also after this. Okay.
Okay.
And then
So
put 2 years of experience in your resume.
yeah, ठीक है.
2 to 2.5 years of experience.
And
Okay.
then things would work in the IT industry to get into it.
Yes.
Okay.
Hopefully.
ठीक
That's
है.
what we had success stories also from non-IT people, from civil engineering, people from lecturer positions. They're also successfully, but doing a lot of hard work. Okay.
Okay.
So hopefully. Okay. So please stay tuned.
Done. Thank you so much. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much.
Pankaj.
Yeah.
Thank you. Today it's more of interaction, looks like. Okay, but it's nothing wrong. Ramakrishna.
Sir, could you tell me how to book for the certification?
Okay. I'll guide you. Okay, not now, probably. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll guide you how to book for certification slot and all those. Anything
Okay,
more,
sir.
Ramakrishna?
Yeah, that's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for your classes.
Thank you. Any technical questions?
No, sir.
You're happy with the training?
Yeah, definitely. It's very, very much understandable. Yeah, thank you.
Kangarla Anil Kumar.
Hi, sir. Very good morning.
Good morning, Anil. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. So yeah, I'm also eagerly waiting for this interaction actually.
Interaction. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, like yeah. So currently, like I'm working as a technical support engineer. So I want to shift my career to AWS actually.
Okay.
So from past 1 year, I'm trying, but like with a little amount of basics, I have tried, but nothing worked out. I think like this session will work, will help me to achieve my next career step.
Definitely.
Yeah.
How many years of experience you're having?
Totally, I have experience around 5 years. Like I come from different phases of uh, jobs actually. Like I started my career with the system administration. Later, now I'm working as a testing engineer. So now I just wanted to update my career as a
Okay.
AWS.
Okay. Clear about VPC concepts, whatever we have learned.
Yes, actually, I have one doubt on the VPC concept.
Okay.
So I can ask, right?
Yeah, you are welcome.
Yeah. See, now we have created two subnets, right? WebSN and DDS, right?
Yes.
So when we are about to access the DBSN machine, what we are doing, we are creating a route tables individually to the DBSN.
How are we accessing the DB database server? Anil, isn't it?
Yes.
We, in a sense, end user first connect to the applications using which are hosted on the web subnet.
Yes.
From that particular web subnet, they will be connecting to the DB subnet database.
Correct. Yes, correct. I have one doubt. Like from the internet gateway to the WebSN, we have created one route table, right? In that route table only, we can add one more route to the DBSN, right? Is that possible?
What is the need?
So
why
that,
do you want to do that?
I think like there was no difference between.
No, it becomes a vulnerability issues. Okay, internet gateways are generally used for public subnets. Okay, so there's a chances of hacking when you do that. Okay.
Okay.
So that's the reason. So what is the purpose of internet gateway? To provide internet connection, right?
Yes.
Anyways, we are providing using NAT, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
Private subnet got internet.
Correct, but what I feel like instead of creating NAT and all, you can attach the
when you do that, when you attach internet gateway to the private subnet, what happens is the EC2 machine acquires public IP. Okay. That means the DB server acquires public IP. So there's a vulnerability issues.
To overcome these vulnerabilities, we
use NAT.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Something more, Anil?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you from Hyderabad?
Actually, I'm from West Godavari district, APA.
Okay.
Yeah. So I need your help to step up my career also, Sunil.
Okay. Sure, Anil. Okay. Only thing, first thing, we should acquire the skills and subject knowledge. That's what is the main concern, highest concerns. Okay. Rest will be everything okay.
When I'm just understanding on my career step, like I'm having grip on that subject, but when it comes to an interview, the real-time questions or something, it was dropping me actually. So
we are planning a project work in next week. Okay, not next week. In this month. Okay. So please attend that. You get the updates in the group.
Sure.
Okay, Anil.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Samir. Good morning, Samir.
Good morning, Sunil.
How are you doing, my dear friend?
I am fine, yeah. So I don't know. I listened today about your Limco books of records, and I earlier give you the tag of the master movie of Vijay. If you're aware that we spoke earlier as well.
I don't remember. Please repeat what you're saying.
Yeah. So I already given you the tag of Vijay's master movie. Okay.
Vijay Master movie. Okay. The Tamil movie. Okay.
Tamil movie. Yeah.
Okay.
And I heard
Okay.
today that
Uh,
your name is coming in the Limca Books of Records.
It's
Okay.
not coming. They want to monitor my attendance, and then after 2-3 months they want
Yeah.
to give it out.
I'm sure it will be definitely will come. Okay. And let me tell you, and let me add you on this. Okay. To be honestly, I have around 24 years of experience into the infra. Okay. And honestly, I also doesn't know about in kind of the AWS, but
Okay.
listening of your this thing, I really get a the boost and this thing, and I don't shy to discuss on this forum, but I also lost my job due to this pandemic. Okay. And after listening about this, the main drawbacks me in the interviews is something the expectation from the interviewer, kind of the at least a basic fundamental knowledge. And to be honestly, I also crack one of my interview into the NBFC domain,
Okay.
into the IDV Infratech. Okay.
Okay.
Where also I get a break, and I also get an offer actually.
Okay.
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 So
Okay.
rather than you're the fresher also who are getting kind of a vanguard, so you have a list of the people as well who have a more number of years, and listening about your all basic fundamentals. I also get a chance into this thing. So
Okay.
Sunil, thank you so much. I mean, actually, and I wish I will call you as a trainer into my company, where you can have corporate trainings to all my team members and everything.
Okay. Sure.
So are you open to that as well, kind of things?
Right now, because of tight schedule, I may not be available right now. Okay.
Okay.
But probably we can think of it later.
Yeah, sure. So only thing is I'm in Mumbai, okay, and you
Okay.
are going to arrange the get together in the Hyderabad, okay.
Okay.
I also wish to come, and I will see you personally.
Thank you. Because in this, we have a relation of 1 month, right? In the online virtual environment, physical environment is physical interaction will give us more happiness, or just sharing the
Yeah.
thoughts and then giving the
Yeah.
inputs.
I don't know
Just
when
a
you were going to
casual,
keep.
just a casual meeting. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I wish to meet you. I mean, I don't know. I may come Hyderabad for some
Okay.
reason.
Okay.
So we will have some,
Okay.
kind of a
Thank you.
biryani in Hyderabad with you. Okay.
Thank you, Samir. Thank you for your support, and thank you for your encouragement. This gives us more energy to give more trainings
Thank
to
you.
the audience, and hopefully we will help.
Definitely.
I want. I mean, my plan is I want my participants should be there in every IT company in the cloud. So that's my agenda. Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm not sure everyone who is attending this now and there. I mean, maybe their time will be a little prolonged, but everyone should be in the IT company. I always do, because the participant is also enjoying a lot with
Thank
you.
you.
And I'm sure I'm sitting in my my company. I will ask some of my maybe my junior or a senior. You also say, yeah, I learned from Mr. Sunil. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want. So everyone finally should be associated with Sunil. It's hopefully it will happen or not. That's okay. Okay.
It will. I mean, God bless you, Sunil. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for allowing me to speak in this. Thank you so much. Yeah. Bye.
Pankaj Alwani.
Yeah, Sunil. Yeah, hi.
Good morning, Pankaj.
Good morning. We just spoke.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I was confused.
Sorry.
Thank you. Some participants thinks that probably we need to start the training, but we should balance the interaction along with the training. So that's the reason this session I'm spending more time interacting. Please don't think otherwise. Amit Garg. Good morning, Amit. We cannot hear.
Yeah, morning. Sorry, Sunil. Actually,
morning.
Yes. So first of all, Sunil, I would like to say that this is really good that you are providing unconditional training to all the participants all over across the globe. And And this is the first time I am seeing that. See, I was always confused about this AWS. I hearing from from years, but I was always confused about this EC2 and all this instance. But now I would say that yes, I feel so that this AWS is actually easy from any other cloud.
Yes.
Like it is really. I mean,
so when you started, you are completely new to AWS, Amit, in the session, in the training.
Yeah, after 3-4 days only I joined, but but from since then, yeah, I am actually
understanding the concept. Your previous experience?
Fully in IT. I'm in middleware support from last 15 years. And in last 2-3 years, I'm doing. I did training on all the cloud, like basic training. I did on GCP, Red Hat, and all. But this time, the AWS, I never gone a chance to attend any training because I was always feared with this AWS.
Okay.
Though it is the top, I mean, this is the the all over, like this is the best I would say cloud.
Number one cloud platform as of now. Yeah.
Yes, but still I was never I was always confused about this AWS. But yes, this is the first time I can say, if I need to if I go with your videos and all, it is anyone, I mean any beginner, even if it not attend this training, can learn this so easily. I mean,
yeah, you are right. Yeah. Thank you, Amit. Thank you. You also got the information through reference?
No. Actually, I don't know. I was lucky that I was doing something on internet and I saw one in Paytm actually. Paytm thing. I got one in a thing that this training is free, and so I don't know, this is not possible. So I just joined on that day, and next day I got an invite, and that day onwards I start attending, and I feel this is really good. Actually, it's very easy to understand the concept, and so.
Thank you, Amit. Thank you for your reference. Thank you for your appreciation. Yeah, thank you very much.
I have one technical question.
Yes,
also.
please. Yes, please.
See, in netting, if we configure netting to DBSN, see, this is always netting is to use if you want to make a internet call, rather than if you want to connect from internet to DBSN. Netting will not help, right? Communication will always flow from direction from DBSN to internet. So netting will be used for that only, correct?
You're right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So even if we configure net, we cannot make a call from internet to the public to our machines, right?
You're right.
We still need a public IP.
Yes.
If we want to make a inbound call from.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Sunil.
Thank you very much. Okay. So I want to start the next service. Very interesting and very important. Very important. Very much important. Guaranteed interview question. I want to discuss about a service called as Route 53. Let's look at a theory. Before discussing about Route 53, I want to discuss about DNS. DNS stands for domain name system. Okay. I'm not talking about Route 53. I'm not talking about Route 53. I'm talking about a concept called DNS. It's a concept. Okay. The domain name system, DNS, is used to convert human-friendly domain names to IP addresses. Very important. Concept is simple. Conversion is happening. Convert. What it will convert? Domain name to IP address. Okay. If you want to connect it to ICICIbank.com, okay. First point. One machine. It can be server, desktop, laptop, or mobile phone, whatever it is, can communicate to other machine through IP address only. Every machine will have one IP address. We know that. This is IP address 1 and this is one more IP address. Communication happens only through IP address. Communication happens when I'm sending a WhatsApp message. When your mobile is connected to internet, your mobile device will have an IP address. I have connected my mobile phone to my internet. I will have an IP address. So whether it is desktop or laptop or mobile phone, any device which connects to internet will have an IP address, and communication happens from IP address to IP address. Okay, next. 1 minute. I need to take an important call. So communication happens from IP address to IP address. Fine. So you know this now. Next point. From your personal laptop, you want to perform internet banking. So from the browser, you open iciicibank.com, right? To perform internet banking. The request will go to server. Server is nothing but the same computer only. Same like your laptop or desktop. That's also a computer. Only thing is high configuration, runs 24/7. Especially for non-technical people. Don't think the moment non-technical people they listen the term called server, they automatically they think that it is very complex or something. Server is nothing but your desktop. Your home is all in your home. You have desktop. Yes, that can also be a server. Server is same like a desktop or a laptop, which is having RAM, hardware, configuration, operating system. The only thing is it's high configuration. Servers may have some 128 GB RAM, and then it can have a high-speed process and runs 24/7 with high internet speed. That's all. That's nothing but a server. So it's nothing but a computer only. So now, if you want to connect to iciicibank.com from your browser, you are typing iciicibank.com. Technically, every machine will have an IP address. So this should have an IP address. Even the server will also, ICICI Bank server will also have a IP address. So if you want to connect to this server, technically speaking, you need to type IP address here. Okay. 72.73.9081. Some IP address you need to type. Do you remember when we installed web server? How are we accessing the web server? Day one, when we learned the web server, we are getting a hello page. How are we accessing the web server? You're taking the IP address and you're entering the IP address in the browser. Technically, communication happens using IP address. So if you want to access iciicibank.com, you should type the ICICI Bank IP address. But IP addresses are difficult to remember. Agree or not? We all feel difficult to remember. So what the banking people will do? They buy the domain name from GoDaddy or whatever it is. They buy the domain name, which is a user-friendly domain name, as it is ICICI Bank. So they take the domain name called iciicibank.com. They link this domain name to IP address. They link the domain name to IP address. So instead of writing IP address in the browser, if you type domain name, automatically there's a service called as DNS. So what the DNS will do? The DNS will convert the domain name to IP address, and then using that IP address, the communication happens. So all this happens in a fraction of a second. You can connect to iciicibank.com, you can connect to Amazon, you can connect to flipkart.com, you can connect to any site using IP address also. But as IP addresses are difficult for the customers to remember, I am an ICICI Bank account holder. I am a customer. For me, remembering the ICICI Bank IP address is very, very difficult. So it is easy to remember the domain name. So that's how technically domain names, when we type the domain name, that gets converted into IP address, and then it's connected to that particular IP address. This process of converting the domain name to IP address is done by DNS. Clear? DNS is very simple. It converts the domain name to IP address. In olden days, we used to have telephone directory. Isn't it? In olden days, Samir, in olden days, we used to have telephone directory, isn't it? For Hyderabad city, one telephone directory. For Mumbai city, there's one telephone directory. In the telephone directory, if you know the name, you can get the mobile number, landline number. Okay. Same like this. So same like DNS is also the same. So it's something like a telephone directory. When you type the domain name, automatically within a fraction of a second, it identifies the IP address, and the request will be delivered to that particular IP address. This is a job done by DNS. So DNS is used to convert human-friendly domain names. Obviously, domain names are always friendly domain names to IP address, and vice versa. It can also be happen. So let's say you are a user, you are accessing www. some website. It can be facebook.com, or it can be instagram.com, or whatever it is. In response, first the request will not go to that particular Facebook server. with the intermediate location, there's something called DNS server. It will maintain all the domain names and the corresponding IP address. Within a fraction of a second, it gets the IP address. Using the IP address, the request goal to, so look at this: step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Step 1, you run the you type the domain name. Within a fraction of a second, it gets IP addresses, and all this using that IP addresses, it will be connected to the right server. From the right server, you get the login page or whatever it is. So all this is done by DNS. Okay, so DNS is a, I'm not explaining about Route 53, my dear friends. I'm explaining about DNS, domain name system. It's an extremely reliable, cost-effective way to route end users to internet application. I'm an end user. My internet application is ICICI Bank application. So DNS is a very effective way of translating the www. Some domain name into IP address so that the computers can connect to each other. Okay, so when I open ICICIbank.com, within a fraction of a second, this domain name is converted into IP address, and using that IP address, the request will go to that particular server. Which server? ICICI Bank server. It can be in Mumbai, it can be any place in the world, and from that particular server, I am getting the web page. So all this are happening within a fraction of seconds. Okay, so that is job. Who will do the DNS? DNS stands for domain name system. Is responsible for doing this. Okay. Okay. So, so that's what it is responsible for converting IP address to name and name to IP address, vice versa. When we use Google in the address bar, it will be converted to IP address. We got it. When we launch an AC2 machine, we get public IP and private IP. We know that. We also get DNS name. I hope you have observed it. DNS server is responsible for providing DNS name to that machine. So it is a DNS server which assigns a DNS name to every machine. That's fine. The port number of DNS is 53. So that's the reason AWS. In AWS, we can achieve this. We can convert the domain name to IP address. I will show you practically. To show you practicals, I bought the domain name. I already have the domain name with me. What I'll do, I already have the domain name with me, my dear friends. I already have some domain name with me. The domain name what I have is www.sunilcloud.com. I have the domain name with me. So what I'll do, I'll create one EC2 machine. I already have the domain name with me, friends. So what I'll do, I'll create one EC2 machine. I'll create an EC2 machine. I'll make it as a web server, and I create a simple My Google page. So it gets an IP address, right? It gets an IP address that it will acquire. And the moment I create an EC2 machine, we'll get an IP address, right? That IP address I link to the domain name. I link the domain name to the IP address of the EC2 machine. I'll show you practically. If I want to link the domain name to IP address, then I don't need to type IP address. I type the ICICIbank.com, I will get that page. I'll type the domain name, I'll get the page. How can we link the IP address to domain name using a service called as technically the concept is Route 53. So the concept is DNS. In AWS, the service name what they have mentioned is Route 53. Route 53 is a service. It's a DNS service of AWS. DNS concept of AWS. They named it as Route 53. Using the Route 53 service, we can link the domain name to IP address. Technically, that's what will happen in the real time. Okay, look at this. We have learned about load balancer. Multiple web servers are connected to load balancer, isn't it? Okay, so when we learned about load balancer, we have created one EC2 machine. We have created one more EC2 machine. We have created load balancer. Do you remember? We have created load balancer, and we have attached the EC2 machine to the load balancer. And how are we accessing the load balancer? From my laptop, how are we accessing the load balancer? Using the DNS name. We are picking the load balancer DNS name, and we are typing that, we are copying that load balancer DNS name in my laptop, so the request will go to DNS name. But have you seen that DNS name is not at all user friendly? So have you seen any end user or any business providing you IP address or DNS name? No, we provide the domain name. End users are always comfortable remembering the domain name. So we should link the domain name to IP address. We can also link the domain name to load balancer DNS name. All this can be possible by using Route 53, my dear friends. We'll see that practically. Okay. So using Route 53, so load balancer DNS name is not user friendly. Nobody can remember it. So we use Route 53 service. In the Route 53 service, we buy the domain name. I already have bought the domain name. We connect the domain name to the load balancer. That's what we link the domain name to the load balancer DNS name. We can link the domain name to IP address, whichever you feel. We provide Route 53 user friendly domain name to the public, so that public will access the applications. Okay. So this is about service called Route 53. Route 53 is nothing but the DNS concept of AWS, where we convert the domain name to IP address and vice versa. That is first functionality. There is second advantage. In the interview, they'll if the first advantage is converting the domain name to the IP address, whatever I have just shown you, we'll see that practically also, not a problem. Second advantage I want to discuss. What is Mumbai? Mumbai is a region. What is Sydney? Sydney is also a region. Singapore is a region. Okay. London is a region. These are all regions. If EC2 machine is lost, assuming if EC2 machine is not properly working, so load balancer will detect it as unhealthy and distribute the traffic to remaining EC2 machines. So application will not be disturbed. Now the point is, if the entire region is lost, my dear friends, because of any natural calamity, if the entire region is lost, the EC2 machine is lost, the load balancer is lost, everything is lost. That means the application is down. Whatever could be the reason, if the entire region is lost, the application is down. Assuming the Bombay Stock Exchange, all the stock exchanges hosted in the Mumbai region, because of natural calamity, the Mumbai region is lost. So what will happen to the data and the concepts? Okay, the server. So everything is lost. So how does how in the interview they will ask you, how can you handle regional failures? Okay, Route 53 is a solution which handles regional failures. If entire region is lost, that's also Route 53 handles regional failures. You can see those clients who don't want the risk of regional failure. When client thinks that they don't want risk of regional failure, they maintain infrastructure in multiple regions. You can see the diagram, Mumbai region, Sydney region. Using Route 53, when you type the domain name www.iccibank.com, you can define how the request will go to. Should it go to Mumbai region? Should it go to Sydney region? You can control the traffic. So in the interview they'll ask you, what is the solution provided by AWS in case of regional failures? If the entire region is lost, boss, what is the reason? What is the solution? The clients will not have any issue because we ask the clients to, in case if they want to overcome the regional failures, we can do that by creating one more region called a Sydney region. You can name it as disaster recovery region or whatever it is. We'll ask the clients to maintain their infrastructure in multiple regions, because in case of one region is lost, automatically the traffic will be directed to other regions so that the application will not go down. So the second advantage of Route 53 is regional failures. The second advantage of Route 53 is regional failures. I want to. So if anybody asks you about Route 53, you should explain both the advantages. The first advantage, you should start with the first advantage. The first advantage is converting the domain name to IP addresses. Anyways, we see this practically. And the second advantage, you also should project AWS Route 53 handles regional failures. We'll also see this practically. We'll create some infrastructure in Mumbai region. We'll create some infrastructure in Sydney region. And how do you control the traffic across the regions also? We'll see that practically. Domain names, we already know domain names is nothing but the address www.somexyz.com. That's nothing but a domain name. And when clients are maintaining infrastructure in multiple regions, you can control the traffic. You can control the traffic using routing policies. We'll see that practically. There are 5 routing policies in Route 53. This is all theoretical session, my dear friends. We'll see practically, no doubt, and everything will be clear when you look at practicals. Even the concept is also try to understand. You can define how the traffic should go. When clients are having some infrastructure in Mumbai region, some client is having infrastructure in Sydney region. Some client says that 50% the traffic should be distributed equally. You can distribute traffic equally. Some client will ask you, no, 80% should go to one region, 20% of the traffic should go to one region. You can do that. You can control how the traffic should be distributed across the regions using that routing policies. How exactly traffic should be routed. How exactly traffic should be routed using routing policies. There are 5 routing policies: simple, weighted, latency, failure, geolocation policy. So let's try to understand. Simple routing policy is related to first advantage. This is the default routing policy, very important in the interview. What's the default routing policy in Route 53? The default routing policy is simple routing policy. It is the first advantage that it is used to convert it is used only specific to one region. It is used to convert the domain name to IP address. So that's about simple routing policy. We'll see that practically. Weighted routing policy, as I have just mentioned, the client is having infrastructure in multiple regions. US East 1 is one region, US West 1 is one region. You can control client wants the traffic to be distributed equally, you can do that. When client don't want the traffic to be distributed equally, you want 20% of the traffic should go to one region, 80% of the traffic should go to one region. You can split the traffic as per the requirements of the client. How can you handle it? By using weighted routing policy. We'll see this practically. Weighted, you provide weights are nothing but percentages. According to the weight you provide, the traffic is diverted. Latency. The term latency refers to delay in network traffic. You have to understand the term called latency. By looking at the policy name, you have to understand latency. Latency is nothing but delay because of network traffic. For example, end user is accessing an application, something like facebook.com. Facebook is having infrastructure in two regions, US East 1 and US West 1. US East 1 is taking 100 milliseconds to get the response. US East 1 is taking 300 milliseconds because of the response. So as the faster response is there in US East 1, automatically the request will be diverted to the region which is having faster response. Latency routing policy monitors the network traffic. Regularly monitors the network traffic. Whenever a new request arises, it will be routed to the network which is having less traffic, so that the performance of the application is faster. Are you understanding? So this is called as latency. Latency is delay because of network traffic. Latency routing policy monitors the network traffic, and the new traffic will be diverted to the infrastructure which is having less traffic. Okay, so that the response time is be very, very fast. That's about latency. Failover policy. Clients will maintain infrastructure in multiple regions, no doubt. But one region they maintain it as active region, one region is maintain it as passive region. You can see here active region, passive region. Clients also say it as a primary region and secondary region. Okay, so always 100% the traffic should go to active region only. Failover policy is nothing but one region will be active, one region is passive. Okay, 100% traffic will go to active region only. When the traffic will go to passive region, when the active region is down because of any reason, if the active region is down, application should not go down. So request will go to passive region. So this is called as this is also called as secondary disaster DR site. People also say it as DR site, stands for disaster recovery site. Only when there's disaster, then only the traffic will be routed to secondary region. Otherwise, the traffic is always routed to primary region. This is called as failover policy. If one failures, then automatically the traffic will be routed to secondary infrastructure. That's called failover policy. So you are understanding, Route 53 is handling multiple regions. So it handles regional failures. Geolocation. Clients may have a typical requirement. Europe customers accessing the website from Europe should go to Europe infrastructure. Customers should accessing the website from US should go to US infrastructure. So how the traffic should be routed, my dear friends? How the traffic should be routed? It's depending on the geographical region. If the customer is in US, he should get some content. Same website, if the customer is accessing from Europe, he should get a different content. There are cases, there are some sites, the content differs from the location where you are accessing. Are you understanding? I'm watching a YouTube video from India. In YouTube video, when you watch, you get some advertisements. As I'm from India, I get advertisements related to Indian businesses. The same video, if you watch it from a different country, something like Singapore, you get different advertisements. Agree or not? The content what is delivered to the end user differs basing on the geographical location of the end user. So geolocation routing policy identifies where the traffic is routed. Accordingly, the traffic is routed to the infrastructure. Okay. There are some sites citing some, I don't remember the names, something Alibaba site or whatever it is. When you access from India, you get some Indian products. Same site, when you access it from US, you get the US products. The products differ. The site is same, or all of us are accessing the same domain name. So the content what is delivered is different. Are you understanding? Okay. So if you're accessing Netflix from India, you get one content. The same Netflix, when you access it from US, you get a different content. All this is about geographical location policy. So using these policies, my dear friends, using these policies, you are defining how the traffic should be routed across multiple regions, isn't it? Is it interesting, my dear friends? Say yes or no in the chat box. Route 53 is all about handling regional failures. And you are defining the traffic, how exactly the traffic should be routed. Do you want 50%, 50% equally routed, or you want 90%, 10% to be routed? Do you want traffic routed only to one region? If one region is fails, then only it is going to second region. All these are interesting, right? Converting the domain name to IP address is very interesting, practically. We buy the domain name, we link the domain name to IP addresses. All these are possible using Route 53 service. Thank you very much for your responses. So tomorrow's session, we'll see practicals of Route 53. Tomorrow's sessions, we'll see practicals of Route. We'll practically see how to link the IP address to the domain name. All this, we will see it in a tomorrow session. So before ending today's session, so let's have a couple of interactions. Yes. Dubey.
Good morning, Sunil.
Good morning, Dubey.
Thank you for this lovely session.
Thank you. Yeah.
And there's a very clear understanding when you elaborate, not as a technical term. This seems like very correlate what we are doing day in day out in the
in the infrastructure. You are from infrastructure team?
Yes, Sunil. I'm from infrastructure team.
So you are able to relate it in AWS, how it works in AWS cloud, isn't it?
Everything.
You're
including EC machine, net, load
everything. So that's what. Now you tell me, having a strong knowledge on this, whatever we are learning and having a good practice, can the participant place 2 years of experience, Dubey? Yes or no?
Of course, they can.
Okay. So thank you. So that's what I want to give confidence to the participants. Okay. First, the participants should be confident. How the participants should get confidence? First, understanding the concept, practically doing hands-on, not limiting to my content, exploring more. Okay. So my dear friends, okay, we'll have a lot of success stories. Yes, Dubey. Anything more?
Yeah, I have one technical question. As you just show that failover routing.
Yeah.
With the Route 53.
Yes.
So as you told that US customer get response from the US server.
That is not failover. That is not failover. Failover is you're talking about US customer. That is geographical location.
Geolocation. Sorry.
Okay. Now tell. Yeah.
So like any other, not about the Netflix or any content delivery sites. If official sites, the one reason is fail. So in the same time, our database is not syncing with a different reason, right? Normally, because the reason have their different controls and policies as per the geolocation.
Okay.
So can we also put our database back?
You need to go with nest. You need to go with nesting policies. Policy within the policy. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So that's a different concept. Can be possible to pay.
So there's this is viable with the GDPR and other controls, right?
Yes, you are right. Okay. Perfect.
Got it. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Anything more, Dubey? Thank you. Srini Kodali.
Hi Sunil, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Srini.
Hi Sunil. Thank you very much for providing
Thank you.
training. It is really helping me to learn AWS.
Yes.
I am new to AWS, but I have a 16 years of development experience.
Wow. Okay. Which platform?
I worked in C++, Java, .NET, all these things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. My actually. Can you share me this WhatsApp group? I don't have it.
You're not part of WhatsApp groups, Srini?
Yeah.
Shall I share tomorrow, Srini? Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Okay.
And my question is actually previous sessions like a load balancing. Is horizontal scaling? I understand the horizontal scaling. I just wanted to understand the vertical scaling. Is it vertical scaling? Can we do it through the like a script or something?
Yeah. No, you can do that. Okay, you can use Terraform to do that. Okay, so we can do that, Srini. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so thank you all. Interesting concept of root. We have discussed theoretical concept. Interesting concepts is practicals. Practicals is much more interesting because we practically buy the domain. We already have the domain name. We link. How can we link the domain name to IP address? That's what we do it in the real time also. Okay, so we'll see that in tomorrow. Do not miss tomorrow's session. Have a nice time. Bye, everybody.